Welcome back, everyone, to Life with Latoya. I want to thank every last one of you that have decided and chosen to be a part of tonight's discussion. Thank you for everyone that is supporting and that has subscribed. And to you that is new to this channel, I welcome you and I thank you, and I hope that you enjoy the discussion on this evening. Today we're going to be talking about the power of the mind and why it is important to have a positive mindset that supports us developing into becoming our best selves. Because a lot of the battles we face, it starts with our mind. Those battles start in our mind. And sometimes they've been embedded through past, through trauma, through crisis, through loss. And that is why knowing who you are is so important. That is why accepting your why and learning what your why to your purpose, so that you can walk more clearer with a clearer mind as to where you're headed in life. And you will have a positive mind that supports the process, because we can't do anything great with a negative mindset. And let me tell you, we do not always, I do not always, sometimes I struggle with the battles of the mind, whether that is depression, whether that is fear that tries to say I can't, whatever it is so important to overcome it. And you have to speak life to yourself. You have to speak life to yourself before someone else encourages you, before someone else says who you are or gives you praise or accolades or encouragement. Make sure that you believe it, because you believe it for yourself. And for me, I'm a very positive person. Affirmations is like my best friend. I have to see it, especially if I'm going through and things are happening just like what we're going through. There's so much happening in our world today that people literally, they get depressed. Their minds is overwhelmed. They worry. They're stressed out. In those situations, it is so important to put positive people around you, to read things that is going to help cultivate and motivate your mindset to be able to continue to move positive and to be inspired and to be encouraged, so that you can keep going and accomplish the things that you set out to do in life, right? Because life means living in fulfillment every day. And in order to have a fulfilled life on a daily basis, let alone period, you have to have a positive mind. They used to say back in the day, no stinking thinking. And I'm saying that to us right now. We can't have no stinking thinking. There is nothing good that comes out of a negative mind. We have to learn how to fight and to overcome our minds, the things that we go through in our minds. And sometimes it's through facts over feelings. Our emotions is all tied into how we feel and what we think, and what we think is how we feel. But a lot of times we have to run it through. Is this factual, or is this just how I feel? And process that out. What's real in this situation versus just how I feel? Because you can feel many things. You can feel sad, you can feel depressed, you can feel happy, you can feel motivated, you can feel not motivated. And of course, it's up to you how you choose to feel. It's up to you as well how you choose, what you accept to allow your mind, how you allow your mind to be. If you allow your mind to be positive, if you allow your mind to worry, if you allow your mind to be unhappy, those thoughts, before they act out into your emotions, that starts in your mind. And you can pull those places down and say, I'm not going to be unhappy today. I'm not going to be sad today. And I'm not going to be discouraged. And even when those days come and it's hard and you are down and you are depressed and you don't feel, your mind is warring with you, pray. Read. Find hope. Speak to yourself, because it's important, the condition of our mind. And we need we have to have a positive mind for everything that we do in life. We have to have a whole mind, a wholesome mind, a mind that encourages and inspires us to keep going. And it matters what we put in our minds, what we listen to, whether that's from outside people, whether that is from music. All of those things weigh on our minds, influences our minds. And so if you have a negative mind and you're feeding a negative mind with negative things, negative and negative equals negative. So you overcome negative with positivity. And sometimes it's all you got is you. And you got to speak over your mind no matter what. Because a great mind is a terrible thing to waste. And knowing who you are, the better you know who you are, accepting your why, all of that supports your mindset. It helps you think clearer. It helps you stay motivated. It helps you stay healthy. And when things try to come against your mind or make you say to doubt or fear or waver and what you know, you have to say, not so. I will not doubt. I will not fear. I will not let worry or anything negative enter into my mind, or if it enters, it can't stay. For me, it's my word. I read the word of God. I walk and I believe what the word says. And when my mind begins to get heavy or weary, I go to the scriptures. I go to what my word says, who I am, what God said I am, who God says I am. And like I said, I do affirmations all the time, and I put them around me. And sometimes I write. I have to clear my mind. Sometimes you have to remove yourself from chaotic situations that's not healthy for your mind. When you realize who you are and where you've been and the things that triggers you, and you know that it's not healthy for you, do not enter into those places, because they're not going to be good for your mind. And so we want to live healthy. We want our lives to be healthy. We want our minds to be healthy. And we want our minds to be peaceful. And so I'm just saying to you today, we overcome the negativity of our minds with positivity. We have to keep our minds, as we are growing and we are developing and we are becoming our best selves. That is in every area of our life. That is emotionally, that is mentally. And mentally is so important, because how many of you out there has had battles in your mind where it's like, I can't stop thinking about this, I don't feel good, and you're wearing it. Your mind, if it's unhealthy, it can become sick. It can become like a bondage where you're imprisoned in the thoughts of your mind. If your thoughts are not positive and it's, your mind is telling you that you can or you're not, or reminding you of what you've done and not like tormenting you, no. Get out of there. Fight that back by saying no, by feeding yourself with positive things, feeding yourself with the Word of God, feeding yourself with affirmations, feeding yourself with whatever it takes for you to conquer the negative parts of your mind so that you can walk into the fulfillment of every day. In your mind, you have to be able to do the work. You can't just sit there and just say, well, I'm just going to stay like this, or I'm thinking this, but you don't do anything about it. It just your mind becomes worse and worse. And then it's trained to think like that. And then it builds up and it becomes stronger and stronger to overcome. I dealt with many years with the battles of my mind. And a lot of it was from trauma, things that I saw, things that I heard that affected my mind, that made me not feel worthy, or not made me feel like I could do it, or not made me, make me fearful in my mind. And I could not get past that mindset. For a long time, I was in prison to just negative thinking. And the more that I healed, the more that I became whole, the more that I became clear, the more that I began to pray, the more that I began to declutter from the negative things in my life, I started replacing my mind with positive things, because now I'm hopeful. Now I'm grateful. Now I'm joyful. Now the things that used to make me sad or mad or depressed, I've replaced it with rejoicing for the things I've overcome. And I had to say to my mind, I am not that. I have overcome that. And this is how I overcame. So I'm saying all that to you to say to you today, the battle of the mind is, you'll always have some type of battle in your mind, but you can always overcome those battles of your mind. And at the end of the day, we want to keep a positive, healthy, wholesome mindset that supports our purpose and that supports who we are, so that we can live in fulfillment every day by overcoming every obstacle, everything that comes our way. And yes, it won't be all the time. We'll have good days and bad days, but every day we can choose. We can choose, no matter what, that we are determined to have a positive mind. And a positive mind gives you a positive future. So I thank you. That's all I have for you today. I thank you guys for taking the time out to chime in to Life with Latoya. Until next time, you guys have a great day.